critical game for Chicago, and we're underway. Duvernay from the 1. Evan Duvernay looking for a lane. He's got one. Duvernay down the sideline, and it's Andre Schmidt who shoves him out near midfield. What a start for Chicago. They'll spot it at the 47 of Cleveland.
Well, you're going to get a little bit of a gap over here to the right. Your number 2 guy, they're getting really good at finding ways to win games. Came up a little bit short last week, though.
Williams on play action on the roll. And Williams throwing on the run. That's incomplete. And we've got movement early. And the Bears will back up 5.
Ball start. Offense number 2. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Early jump for DJ Moore costs Chicago 5.
They're trying to find a way to get better with that opening drive. You can't have these penalties in getting into these second and long situations.
Last time they scored on an opening possession was November 2nd. Down to the 46 of Cleveland. And this Browns defense, of course, it all starts. Here comes Garrett. Williams dropped. Tried to dump it off to Monungai, who had blockers in front and some room to run. It was well set up in total defense. Corey Taylor to punt it away, trying to pin the Browns deep. And it'll be down at the 2, trickling into the 1. What a play. Josh Blackwell, full dive to keep it out of the end zone.
He's got to reestablish himself, getting both feet inbounds if he touches that. He's on the goal line now, but is that, he's already made contact with and got it down. Was that just that little touch? Did he get contact with it? I think he's good there, right? You can see he's off the goal line, but when he reaches.
When you saw him pull his hand back like he touched a hot stove. Like, ooh.
There was no foul in the play for an illegal bat. The ball was first touched by the kicking team, and down at the 1-yard line will be Cleveland's ball.
On first down. Not much room out to the 2-yard line. And about Shedeur Sanders as a starting quarterback in the National Football League.
In areas that he needed to get a little bit better in. Kevin Stefanski saying we're seeing that each week, him getting better in those individual areas. But right here, it has just been a mess.
In the offensive huddle. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
2nd and 10. It's Quinshon Judkins. Tumbles forward near the 3, and DeMarco Jackson with the tackle. And it's hard to get space from where they are because this offensive line moves as an injury-plagued unit. It's Judkins trying to sweep the left side, and the Bears defense stops him at the 6. And the Browns will punt it away to Sean Wright. Clean space to get that punt off. Duvernay at the 40-yard line. To the 45, burst across midfield, and Devin Duvernay back into Cleveland territory to the 42. Komet motioning again to the pitch to Swift. Swift, a little hesitation, and then down to the 40-yard line. Movement, free play, and they're going to stop this one. The cadence.
It's one of the other things that Ben Johnson told us he's allowing Caleb Williams to really dive into.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Back to the ground with Swift. Garrett there to drop him at the 31. It'll be a first down as we get our first game break with Carissa Thompson because of the run game success. They fake the handoff, and this time quick swing to Luther Burton, who started for the injured Romo Dunze, and Burton up to the 27-yard line. And it's a big reason why they're in playoff position. Back to the ground again with Swift. Nice cutback. Has a first down inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line.
See all these different motions that we've seen come in close by.
Off the play fake, Williams. Short toss. It's Loveland up the sideline, and Loveland down inside the 10, close to another first down. On First and goal at Swift. Nice cutback. Has a lane. To the edge. Touchdown, Chicago. Six yards for his sixth rushing touchdown of the year, and it's 6-0. Bears.
Yeah, Devin Bush just gets...
The Bears knew they had to invest in the interior of that offensive line. They did, retooling that line.
And if you get out of position like we saw Devin Bush on that touchdown run, you can find those open spaces, so keep running that football.
Malachi Corley on the return for Cleveland. And he's out near the 30-yard line. Clock at 2. Sanders awaiting the snap, and the flag is down. They did not get the play off.
We have issues with the communication device. We got gloves on, gloves off.
We got issues with Ron Torbert's microphone. Play action. Sanders chased and throws that one away. In the area was Judy, chased by Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
9 of those are passing touchdowns. That's tied for the most with the Dallas Cowboys. So they're taking it away, but they're also giving up some explosives.
Here's Fannin over the middle, and the rookie tight end with the catch at the 30-yard line. 3rd and 10. Pressure again. Sanders in trouble, able to get free. Sanders now on the run. Shedeur Sanders, he's got the first down. Good decision to scramble. Looked like a first down, originally signaled a first down. Replay assist moves it back, and the Browns will punt. Duvernay, watch this one bounce at the 5. It'll trickle into the end zone, and a touchback. And Caleb Williams on the pitch to Swift. Turns back upfield, and Swift, not much there, a yard.
We talked about that post buy and everything. He's still only 13 games into this offense, and I think it's impressive where he's moving towards.
Browns rush forward to the sideline. Open is Colston Loveland, the tight end, rumbling into Cleveland territory with a first down. Out at the 49 of Cleveland, a pickup of 23 before Ronnie Hickman got him.
Yeah, and you kind of catch Jaquan Brisker coming up in coverage, and now you got that little rub right there. Really good play design, in the fact that Grant Delpit is coming up is one of the things they're trying to pick up.
Now Williams, clean pocket over the middle with all day to throw. He finds Luther Burden breaking tackles. Burden down inside the 10. 1st and goal, Chicago.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on the safety right here. Ronnie Hickman, 33. No, that's Grant Delpit again. I'm sorry, but you're gonna lose right there in the middle of the field. It's so. You see 2 players running with 1 receiver. There was 33 right there. As soon as he vacates that space, Caleb Williams has...
First down and goal. This is Monangai up the middle. Monangai straining inside the 5 and down to the 3. On 2nd and goal, Monangai again, and Monangai stopped this time at the 3. No gain on the play. Mike Hall Jr., the first one to get there. 3rd and goal. Burden in motion. Play action. Williams. End zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown.
He's got him beat right from the start. You've got outside leverage in the coverage, and DJ Moore is running across the formation. Here he is right here. You can see, look at the
outstanding start for Chicago. A low line drive extra point that's good.
And you're getting those footballs distributed around, and you can have somebody number 1 in progression, but sometimes it doesn't go that way.
Here's Malachi Corley looking for some space on this Browns return. Ran into his own blocker and down shy of the 25.
Well, milkshake last week, and you got to stay away from that one.
Nobody's ordered a milkshake today. Here's Fannin. And Fannin hit hard at the 25-yard line. Just a stack of Chicago Bears defenders. E.J. Edwards there on that stop as well. It's 2nd down and 8. And down goes Sanders. DeMarco Jackson with the sack.
Absolutely unblocked to the quarterback. And you just can't have this, right? Protection up front. You've got to twist the game. You've got 3-on-2. I don't know. Awesome job by our crew the last 3 weeks, not just today.
3rd down and 16. It's Fannin. And Edwards is right there trying to punch it out as C.J. Gardner-Johnson for Cleveland's offense as Corey Bojorquez is on to punt it away. Duvernay calling for the fair catch and makes it at the 23-yard line. Make the screen, the handoff to Swift. Swift, a little stutter step and out to the 27-yard line.
Mike Vrabel, great job.
2nd down, toss to Swift. Got a block out front. Nice cutback, and Swift rumbling across the 40. There is a flag down behind the play as he gets out to the 42. 15-yard gain if it stands.
Holding. Offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
I get it.
2nd down and long. Here's Burden. Nice spin. And a little juke. And Burden dancing his way out to the 33-yard line. Miles Harden. He just went right around Harden.
Well, and here's some of that stuff, right? You've got really talented guys on this offense. You know, it doesn't always have to be thrown down the field. It can be checked down to a Luther Burden. It can be checked down to DeAndre.
2 for 3 on 3rd down today. It's 3rd and 1 after the Burden play. Monungai up the gut. 1st down, Chicago. It's Monungai. And trying to sift his way through a lot of Browns and nothing there. 2nd and 11. And the handoff, Monungai right between those guys that we just showed you, that interior of the offensive line.
Physicality in the run game.
Here's the toss to Swift. Trying to power his way for the 1st down. He does. Outstanding run through contact by DeAndre Swift to pick up 6 and move the chain. On 1st down, back to the ground. Back with Swift. And Swift to the 48-yard line.
More confident in his game, so much more comfortable back there.
And Williams to the air, looking for Loveland on the sideline. A diving catch for the young tight end at the Cleveland 34. 18-yard gain and a 1st down for Chicago.
Yeah, you're going to come across in motion and reset, and here comes that run game again. You're down inside, and that's all it takes right there, right? Jerome Baker's got him in coverage, but just that little down block, a little tap, and then you're vertical on your...
On 1st down and 10, play action again. Williams looking for more on the sideline with a toe tap and a 1st down. Out of bounds at the 18-yard line, 15 more, Williams to Moore.
Well, you talk about a rhythm. It's one of the things that Ben Johnson wanted to do as a play caller was establish that rhythm. For
Bears drive, they're in their 3rd red zone trip. Play action, Williams floats it, Cole Kmet down the sideline, Kmet inside the 7 and out of bounds. 11th play of this drive, Loveland gets the handoff. Loveland to the edge.
Got his buddy down.
Diabate with the tackle, and just as you raise Cole Kmet, he had a chance, Daryl.
It's all about angles, right? So here's Diabate right here. There's Cole Kmet, 85. Watch, they're in.
That's 9 straight completions for Williams. It's Monungai, and Monungai maybe a yard to the 8. Myles Garrett, who has not had an opportunity to pursue.
And he was able to defeat the block by Durham Smythe and make that play.
3rd down and goal. Williams with time. Backside pressure comes. He's in trouble. And Myles Garrett's got 1 today. 21 on the year. 2 away from the NFL sack record.
And you have to know who's over there, right? Because you're going to get help here. And then you're going to turn him.
First time the Bears have been turned away from the end zone in the red zone, and Santos' field goal is no good. They're turned away completely on a day where it's hard to find any heat in Chicago. From the 25, Sanders with pressure, steps away, looking, needs help, and throws incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Shedeur Sanders wanted the screen. There's a flag. Judkins went down.
Ineligible player illegally downfield. Offense number 56. The penalty is declined. It's third down.
Quinshon Judkins to get out there. Maybe that timing got disrupted a little bit.
3rd and 10. Sanders looking deep. He's got Bond out there. Drops it in. First down, Cleveland at the Chicago 33. Beautiful ball.
Job by Shedeur Sanders right here, just running down the middle of the field. That old Tampa 2. You can see TJ Edwards trying to run with that inside receiver. That's a matchup that you got to take advantage of, and Shedeur Sanders did just that.
Can't throw it much better than that. First down of the day for the Browns. Quick shot Judkins trying to build on things now for Cleveland. Picks up 2 to the 31. Sanders, pressure in his face to the sideline, finds Fannin. A short gain. 3rd down and 8. 4-man rush. Pressure up the middle again. Sanders in trouble, and down he goes. Ball comes out at the end of the play. Austin Booker with the sack. And because progress was stopped, you cannot challenge, you cannot review. It's not going to be looked at, which is a break because that ball was out. Back deep with his heels at the 8. And the angle punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 10-yard line. Crowd roaring because they wanted a flag for the contact. It's Manungai. And Manungai, a good start. 2nd and short. Williams to the air. Diving attempt incomplete. He wanted Cole Kmet. Play action on 3rd and 1. Williams, nobody open and almost intercepted by Grant Delpit. There get the first down.
Absolutely. Number 1 in this situation, in this scenario. 1:19 left to go here in the first half.
And a short punt. Takes a good roll. And it'll trickle down to the 38-yard line, where the Cleveland Browns, after a 43-yard punt, will go to work. 38-yard line, trying to double up now before this one. We've got a flag to start things off, and that's...
Ball start. Offense number 84, 5-yard penalty. It's first down. The clock was not running, so there is no possibility of a 10-second runoff.
Well, Cleveland's thinking about points on this drive, Allison Williams. How's this weather impacting these kickers today?
Because it is so cold.
Interesting. So you've got to get the ball further downfield as Sanders finds Fannin, who can't pull it in. Pass incomplete with Jaylon Johnson in coverage. And 3rd and 15. Sanders, clean pocket this time, wide of Fannin. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down, 52 seconds until halftime of the Browns.
Rookie class.
Jorquez will punt this one away. It'll bounce at the 35. Takes a nice little Cleveland release and trickles dead at the... Jaylon Williams to the air. DJ Moore open at midfield and down at the 48. Timeout used by Chicago, their first. 98 catches last season for Chicago. First down and 10. Williams with pressure coming, able to find Burden, who couldn't pull it in. 2nd and 10. Here comes pressure. Williams hit as he throws, almost intercepted by Miles Harden. Myles Garrett. Williams tipped at the line. Burden ends up with it. He's short of the first down at the 43. 4th and 4. Williams over the middle. There's the flip back to DJ Moore. Moore will shuttle it back at the 25-yard line. And Manungai is down in the arms of Campbell and Hart.
The Bears, and you never want to do that. You never want to do that in the game. When you get an opportunity to put your foot on the gas, put your foot on the gas.
Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. And Allison Williams, what'd you find out from the coaches? Tailing right now. Bears with their largest halftime lead since week 5 of last season. The defense starts with a huge play. TJ
To talk about just kind of the things that were going wrong with this offense.
almost intercepted. Nashawn Wright
Make it.
Shedeur Sanders on 3rd down. Jumps this one out to Bond, who never saw it. Duvernay back at his own 28-yard line. He'll creep up a yard or two to the 30. Duvernay across the 40 and down near midfield at the 47. Burton in motion. And on 1st down, it's Swift. Kicking his way over the right side and falls forward. They want to know if quarterback is one they have to make. Here's Swift again, bouncing to the outside, lowering the pads and driving through Devin Bush.
We talked last week with Atlanta when we were in Atlanta and talking about, you know, what they're doing with Kirk Cousins and the cap hit there. There's just certain things you can't do. So
good play from Shelby Harris, and now the Bears will go on 4th down. Caleb Williams, backside pressure. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Alex Wright with his 4th sack of the year, and the Browns defense turns the Bears away. A big play from the
Bears defense has played. You know, that was a lot of the part of that decision by Ben Johnson.
Here's Quinshawn Judkins on 1st down. Best starting field position of the day. 2nd and 7. Sanders, pressure again. Sanders throws, and it's Fannin who plucks it. How about Shedeur Sanders?
And it's December, so I don't know if we can August mid.
1st down, 2nd of the day as Judkins tries the left side. Nothing there. Sanders looking for Fannin, incomplete. DeMarco Jackson in coverage. 3rd down and 10, incomplete. Bond, the intended receiver. Tough day to kick in Chicago. Ball on the way, and Schmidt is good. And the northern suburb kid from Vernon Hills High School. And just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it isn't happening. Duvernay from the 9 for Chicago. Trying to get to the edge, and again, another excellent return for Chicago.
I mean, losing leverage to the outside.
Flag down, and a penalty, the 3rd of the day against the Bears.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Sling it to the other side of the field. Burton is there, breaking a tackle or two, and hops out of bounds near the 40-yard line. 2nd and 9. Handoff, Manungai. And he's down at 42.
One of those rare chances where he's not out on that right defensive end spot, coming from the middle, standing up.
Williams rolls right and throws it away. This Browns defense, we told
Had there.
no fair catch, and Larberdan down at the 16-yard line in the arms of Josh Blackwell. So the Browns will start deep in their own end once again.
Outstanding. They've been pressed into service, and they've responded.
Sanders on 1st down, deflected, and it's intercepted. DeMarco Jackson's got it. Jackson with the pick, tipped it to himself, and Chicago's got the football right back.
But Shedeur never sees them. It's that slant route, and sometimes you've got a guy that you've got that chemistry with, and you keep going to him a little bit too much. Great job by DeMarco Jackson right there. Getting in that lane and not only making the deflection, but securing the interception.
From the 22 on 1st down, Williams on the roll, directing traffic to the end zone. He throws, and it's DJ Moore, his 2nd of the day. Chicago cashes in immediately from 22.
I would love to be in the film room on Monday when Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams go over this play, because this is such a no, I can't believe you to make a play on the football, and he gets it right into the hands of DJ Moore.
Extra point is good, and it's 21-3.
Fortunate to have gotten away with that right there. You're not going to be successful all the time making that high-risk throw.
Travion Williams on the return for Cleveland, and he was stacked up across the 25-yard line. Before Shedeur Sanders gets things started again, we check in with Carissa Thompson. From the 27 on first down. And the handoff to Judkins, and Quinshon Judkins doesn't go very far. Austin Booker there to make the stop, and it's second down. That's Bond in motion. On 2nd and 8, Bears bring pressure. Sanders throwing, looking for Bond. Over the middle, drops it in. The speedy Bond is there to the Bears 25. He beat Jaylon Johnson, and he picks up 47.
I tell you, these last two throws that he's made to Isaiah Bond, I mean, if the ball is up and he just lets him that field, allowing your speedy receiver to go chase it down.
And not on an easy day to throw those deep.
Understanding that if he can stand in there and have that poise and stare down defenders and make throws, that's how you win at this level.
Judkins, he looks up, and there is a lot of Bear defenders in front of him. Not much room to roam for Judkins. 3rd and 9, big play. Sanders with time to the sideline. Tough throw for Judy, and Judy has it intercepted. It's picked off by Jaylon Johnson. Judy had it near his hands, and Johnson took it away.
This is a great play by Jaylon Johnson. This is another well-fitted ball in there. A little bit of back shoulder, but Jerry Judy is not able to squeeze it in. You can see it drop right there into the hands of Jaylon Johnson.
It hit him in the hands. And Jaylon Johnson, football away, literally took it away on that play. Jaylon Johnson ripping it right out of the hands of Jerry Judy. Williams under pressure on first down, dumps it off to Swift, and Swift buried for a loss on the play.
Al Harris, Ben Johnson said he has the magic touch with takeaways.
Here's DeAndre Swift to the outside. Good gain on 2nd down and long.
The assistant coaches that give them the opportunity to get in there and make these plays.
Williams got away from Myles Garrett to the sideline, finds Devin Duvernay, and he makes the catch.
There were 2 fouls during the play, both by the defense. Holding, number 26, that penalty is declined. Holding, number 27, that penalty is accepted. 5 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
10 at the 33. From the eye, toss, Swift to the edge, across the 35 to the 40, and Swift out of bounds with a 10-yard gain at the 43.
You know, this is an offense that's going to be really, really tough to match up with.
Here's Swift on first down, over 70 yards on the ground, his 15th carry.
Schedule so far. Philly's that big win. They need to add that to get some more confidence going in.
Williams under pressure, gets away, Garrett chasing. Williams on the run, runs away from Myles Garrett and runs for a first down into Cleveland territory at the 38. Garrett had thoughts of a 2nd sack today, closing in on that sack record, but he couldn't track him down.
Watch this, he's so close when he sneaks back inside right here and just misses Caleb Williams. And again, there's that unique escapability. I mean, that is dropped. Now, that's interesting to see, right? You've got a play with 95 off the field. And you don't want to just hand it off, right? You're like, oh, doggone it, I didn't see him get off the field.
Well, Ben Johnson told us, he said, I do have some place, there's a section on the play sheet that's chasing down Caleb Williams, 2nd and 6. On the roll, floats it out, Cole Kmet, first down and more. With Delpit out there, he's upended inside the 20-yard line.
DJ Moore back in the offense.
Williams with time over the middle, a little bit wobbly as it got to the hands of Olamide Zaccheaus. Almost like trying to catch a knuckleball, and it's 2nd and 10. Hand off Swift. Got a block, cuts it back. Swift struggling inside the 5. The high kick into the end zone for the touchdown. 17 tough yards to put 6 more on the board for DeAndre Swift. His second rushing touchdown of the day, and it's 27-3 Chicago.
This is just tremendous. I mean, coming through this tackle right here is unbelievable. I mean, you think he's got him.
Extra point by Shedeur Sanders is good, and it's 28-3.
Johnson wanted to, for us, hey, our assistant coaches do such a good job of making sure our guys are ready.
Slip through the fingertips of Williams and a touchback. First down and 10. Shedeur Sanders over the middle low for Jerry Jeudy, who's blasted by Kevin Byard.
And he's trusting his guys and making some decent throws.
Pressure rate of 55% today. Bears rush 4 here. He's got time. Nobody open. Sanders in trouble. Down he goes. Jervon Dexter.
A big negative play.
Takes us to the end of the third quarter. The most in the NFL last year with 89. It's a busy leg. Duvernay from the 38-yard line. Across the 45 and down just shy of midfield again. 8-3. Here's Monungai, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Really well defended by Sam Kamara.
Yeah, really good job here. Just kind of beating it inside quick. You're going to see the 2 pullers come out, and you're able to get kind of on that backside and get upfield and make a tackle on Kyle Monungai. That was really, really well done.
It's Monungai again. It's that yardage back and a couple more, nudging the football to the Browns' 49-yard line, a pickup of 7. 5-man rush. Williams, fingertip grab. What a pluck by Colston Loveland, the rookie from Michigan, able to keep it off the turf. Play action. Williams pumps. Williams going deep. Looking for the end zone for DJ Moore. And they can't connect this time. Tyson Campbell with good coverage. And it's 2nd and 10. And flags fly. That have been Jonah
Ball
Jackson.
Start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And it was. Duvernay in motion. And here's Williams. Pressure coming, and he
there we
get
go.
rid of that one. Ronnie Hickman providing the heat.
Into that zone.
3rd and 15. Williams, pressure comes, down he goes. It's Myles Garrett. Sack number 2 on the day. Back from owning it outright.
And again, a little bit of help from your running back, but just around that edge. And I think the interesting thing when we talk about what Myles Garrett has achieved so far this season is the Browns are 3 and throughout his career have come in losses.
And the punt, Barberdan waving for the fair catch. He makes it at the 11. TJ Watt, our own Michael Strahan. There's Quinshon Judkins on 1st down out near the 15-yard line. The NFL is still now, they're looking at this right now to determine. Somebody with an abacus is making that call right now. Sanders checks it short to Judkins, and TJ Edwards right there to make the catch. And 6. Sanders, short. Nice move made by Malachi Corley, and Corley's got a 1st down.
We'll see how he finishes up here. This is a huge 3-game stretch, 4-game stretch for Shedeur.
Finds Fannin. That's become his favorite target, and he's down at the 33, and we're down to Los Angeles for an update with Carissa. Not gone well in Cincinnati. For Cleveland, it's Sanders looking for Fannin, and it's picked again! C.J. Gardner-Johnson with the interception. 3rd of the day for Sanders. Gardner-Johnson is down at the 23.
At the end of the line of scrimmage, so he's going to be in the flat. No, he's not. He's going to drift back. And tracking 44, I really feel like Shedeur has really kind of gone after Harold Fannin a little bit too much today. You're making it kind of easy. That's definitely your security blanket. That's where you feel comfortable throwing the ball to. The Bears know that. They watched the film the last 3 weeks, and they've baited him into a couple of shots right there.
Myles Garrett, 1.5 sacks. It's a fumbled snap, and Williams covers it up. Oh, Garrett touches him up.
That.
Here's Swift. 3rd and 11. Off the hands of the nut guy, incomplete. And the Bears unable to move the football forward after getting the interception. And on comes Shedeur Sanders for the field goal try. He told us that the Steelers guys told him they are not allowed to give him a sack. He said, they told me if I'm anywhere close, they're instructed to take the penalty. Get excited, Denver. You're going to get Christmas moose next week. And fighting his way out to the 29-yard line. Well, Myles Garrett with 21.5 sacks, Allison, and there's a reason why he's feeling so good this year.
He's at the offseason with Micah Parsons and Will Anderson and Scott Graham.
Well, we were talking, and Allison, maybe you know the answer to this. We were talking during the break. Does he know that it's not 22? Does he know it's 21.5? Has anyone told him that?
How talented he is that he's never led the league.
Sanders in trouble. Escapes the rush. Now he'll tuck and run, and a good decision by Shedeur Sanders. And that's one of the things that Kevin Stefanski pointed out to us when we were talking about the growth of this young quarterback. His decision to take off and tuck the ball. He really liked that.
Yeah, and not doing that, right? That's the one you don't want to do. You saw him, a number of areas where he was struggling a little bit in preseason that he's really made some strides in.
That ball behind Quinshon Judkins, who pulled it in for a loss on the play back to the 43-yard line.
In that new system and having some different people in.
Four-man pressure, he's in trouble. Sanders steps away once, steps away twice. Still directed traffic and finds an open man on the sidelines, and it's Judy with a first down grab. Here's Judkins, nothing doing. Grady Jarrett, first pick of the year. Sanders over the middle. Marvadan reversing his field. Picks up 8 to the 35. Travion Williams with the carry, and Williams fighting for a first down for Cleveland.
It was to be in. If they can make that decision here by the end of the season.
That's Fannin again with the catch, and down at the 23-yard line. We go for a game break once more with Carissa Thompson. Looks warmer there than it is here. 2nd down and 1. Sanders, the flip, and Williams popped. Chris Williams drops Travion Williams.
Trying to get that little. So one thing we got to find out, did Deshaun Wright do push-ups on the sideline for that dropped interception? Because he's got another pick 6 early in the game, and that was one of the things that practice they'll drop. They have to get
play number 11 of this drive. Sanders will check it down. Williams out of the backfield. Williams ridden down at the 11-yard line by Tyreek Stevenson. Sanders short to Fannin, and Fannin upended at the 4-yard line.
Is that all in Shedeur's hands this afternoon?
Sanders the fade, and nobody there. Receivers getting crossed up, and it's 2nd and goal. 32 seconds to go in the 4th. 2nd and goal. Sanders pressured again. On the run, and Sanders will throw this away with 25 seconds to play. 3rd down and goal for Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. Sanders pumps. Pressured, and down he goes. It's Grady Jarrett. He's got his first sack of the season, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, it just gets difficult down here in the red zone, and everything gets condensed. And, you know, you tell me where you want to go with the football. So as you go through your progressions, it's just good defense by that Chicago Bears.
4th and goal. Sanders in trouble again. He escapes for the moment. Sanders sacked once more. Austin Booker with the sack to end it.
Giving your guys an opportunity, and he's going to have that shot out here to the left. He's got Lavardin right here. Just take that and see what he can do. You being back in the pocket with all those defenders coming at you is not going to be the best thing. So that's that area. Hey, you know, Coach, I get a shot, Gage. Lavardin, the opportunity to run after the catch, and it didn't get in. But those are the ones now we can really see that start to develop instead of trying to create the really kind of long shot plays in that red zone.